Hi, everyone. I was really happy to be a part of my friend Tone Vays' event, Unconfiscatable in Las Vegas. It's the first of many to come and featured a ton of great speakers. I'll be putting out extra episodes over the next few weeks featuring the people I met there. So feel free to share these episodes on your socials, follow us, leave a review on iTunes, tell a friend, and check out thetatianashow.com for more episodes. Hey there, it's time for the show, The Tatiana Show, where you make friends and talk life and crypto. Thank you to our sponsor, blocktap.io. Please go to their website and check out their universal cryptocurrency API to get reliable cryptocurrency data. blocktap.io. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tatiana Show. We are broadcasting to you from Unconfiscatable here in Las Vegas, and I'm here with my friend Hartej of Hosho, who is, I would say, the king of Las Vegas, or one of the sultans, if you will. Thanks so much for coming on the show again today.
Thanks, Tatiana. It's good to have so many cool people in my hood in downtown Las Vegas. I've been living here a solid 6 years, which for this city as being very transient is a long time. And at least in the downtown Las Vegas scene, it's only about 15 or 20 city blocks. And to have everyone here right now is really, it's heartwarming.
I can imagine. You know, you just had HoshoCon just a few months ago, and that was your first security conference. It's like the definitive event in blockchain for security. Tell me a little bit about what that experience was, because Hosho is a security company, but now you're doing an event. So tell me about that a little bit.
Yeah, so our vision was that there needs to be a place to discuss the intersection of blockchain and cybersecurity. And a lot of traditional cybersecurity companies are starting to keep track of what's going on in the Bitcoin space. And we wanted to have a platform where their CISOs can come and have a discussion that is technical enough for someone who's in cybersecurity. And we found that a lot of the traditional Bitcoin and blockchain conferences were never really touching on cybersecurity. There would be maybe one panel or one keynote on the secondary stage regarding security, not even on the main keynote stage. And so we figured let's have an entire conference, because there's more than enough material to talk about cybersecurity in the blockchain space. More than 10% of all of the money in the entire ICO space has been lost or stolen, and cryptocurrency exchanges are getting hacked daily. About $2.5 million is stolen from an exchange daily. And if we don't get our act together as an industry, this industry is not going to grow at the pace that we want it to. I'm not going to say it's not going to survive, because it's definitely going to survive. It's just not going to grow at the pace that we want it to if we don't value cybersecurity. So we started this conference called HoshoCon. Hosho, the word itself, means security in Japanese. And we openly invited not only our competitors for smart contract auditing and penetration testing, but we wanted to invite everybody in the industry who wants to have this discussion. We rented out the entire Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. And we had some bright minds: Andreas Antonopoulos, Max Kaiser, Trace Mayer, Elena Satoshka, we call her. We had some amazing people come through, and I'm super grateful and looking forward to doing it again. We're looking into maybe doing one in Asia as well. And we're also looking into adding an education portion of it to the conference, so people can come and earn some sort of a cybersecurity blockchain certificate. We're marinating on some sort of a certificate program.
That's exciting. So what about Hosho? You guys have been around. If you could tell us a little bit of the history of the company and how is it evolving? Because the space, especially in the past year, it's really gone through a lot of different changes. So tell me a little bit about your approach and what makes Hosho better than others, if it's better than others. I'm sure you're going to say it.
We're the best, Tatiana.
All right. I like the confidence.
No, basically, my co-founder, Yosef Kwan, and I started this company over a year ago. We grew the company really fast by auditing smart contracts and doing penetration testing, and leveraging the fact that we had a group of excellent white hat hackers who can hack into anything of the likes of Uber, LinkedIn, and Facebook, which they've earned bounty on hacking into them, and to now cryptocurrency exchanges, wallets, apps, websites, and also auditing the code of smart contracts. And so at least the first 6 to 8 months of the company were in the midst of the ICO boom, and we were auditing a lot of ERC20 Ethereum smart contracts for brand new ICOs, brand new shitcoins that were being made, because the majority of them were actually shitcoins. But regardless, our job was to audit the code, to make sure, does the code do what it's supposed to do? Is there any security vulnerabilities? Is there any centralized functions, any backdoors that we need to know about? And we built up our reputation to the point that all the major global cryptocurrency exchanges now recognize our audit report as a quality audit report. And we've had active discussion with other smart contract auditors so we can all be on the same page as to what do we define as being a smart contract audit. What are you doing when you do an audit? Are you using automated tooling? What manual processes are you leveraging? Are you doing a gas analysis? Are you doing a static analysis? Is someone sitting down manually with a QA mindset and actually marrying the white paper to the code to make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to do? And we put a cryptographic GPG file, that's a seal of approval, on the code so that if that code changes, someone needs to pay for a re-audit so that they're mitigating the risk of their investors, the governments, the lawyers, because every time code changes, you open the door to security vulnerabilities. So Hosho is still alive and we're still kicking. We definitely we faced crypto winter like everybody else. When you go from auditing dozens of smart contracts for ICOs to almost only a couple a month, you're definitely going to face a downturn. We had to cut some full-time staff and it was tough. But the company's alive, we're still kicking, and we're looking forward to the next chapter of more maturity coming to the space. I'm excited about institutional capital coming into the space. I'm excited about publicly traded companies writing smart contracts, creating their own blockchains, developing more and more solutions that need basic cybersecurity work. And the thing is that publicly traded companies value security in general already. You know, when a typical publicly traded company is going to launch an app that they build, it's going to go through multiple code reviews and code audits, at least maybe 4 or 5. And in the Bitcoin blockchain industry, we've had to spend a lot of time educating people as to why they should even get one security audit of their code. And so that's
crazy. That seems really reckless to not take that seriously. What percentage of companies do you think aren't doing that kind of a thing?
I think that when we started the company, there were lots of cryptocurrencies being listed on exchanges that never went through any audit by a third party at least. They were saying that, oh, well, our CTO is one of the Ethereum co-founders, or we had one of these really awesome devs take a look at it in his basement. And you can't also blame them because there wasn't a lot of companies capable of doing this. There's very few companies out there that have gone down this route of saying, you know, call us up if you want to get your smart contract audited. And
is it expensive to do?
When you're using the brightest minds to do it, then yes, it is relatively expensive, but it's not as expensive as your smart contract getting hacked, which is people's money being lost and stolen. And it's super low-hanging fruit. I recommend companies to get multiple audits, and a lot of the companies who entered the space of smart contract auditing, even through the growth of the blockchain industry, ended up doing an ICO themselves, which I deem immoral. There's no reason for you to ICO and have your own token if you're auditing smart contracts. And on top of that,
why not? Can't they just raise money that way like anybody else?
That's immoral to me.
Why?
Because you don't need a token, and now if you're doing a smart contract audit, you're probably going to take payment for your smart contract audit in Bitcoin, USD, and Ethereum, not even in your own token. So in my book, it's immoral, and there's absolutely no reason for someone to have a token if you're a smart contract auditor. And I think that's actually going to be something that harms those companies in the enterprise space. Enterprise companies are going to work with smart contract auditors that don't have their own token. And we're also, as a company, evolving into trying to build more products and productize our business that's been more of a services-oriented business. We've been doing the service of pen testing and auditing, and now we're building out some products and looking forward to launching them. And
is it more challenging to do security in the crypto space? Or is it sort of like the same thing? I mean, there's a lot of pressure, I think, under all circumstances, but do you think that there's some unique challenges that come with this space? I mean, it's moving very quickly, but I don't know how that works with the security side.
There's some unique challenges that come with the space, because Solidity is a brand new language relatively that Ethereum is based on, and so there's bugs in this newer language, there's bugs in the Ethereum core blockchain, so that's been an issue in this space. In auditing entire blockchain protocols where people are creating brand new protocols can be a very in-depth review of that code that requires a very unique subset of human beings to do this job. And that's why some of this work can get expensive. Because you're looking for someone who's a full-stack engineer, has a QA mindset, and has been trained mentally to have an OPSEC mind and review code. Most full-stack engineers are trained themselves to write code and ship it. And then they rely on third parties to do the audit and to do the code review. And full-stack engineers, I wouldn't say enjoy code auditing. Mm-hmm. And it takes a really unique kind of person who's already been maybe in the auditing world or in the OPSEC world, has a QA mindset, and has also taught themselves Solidity in the blockchain world and can now audit blockchain code. Full-stack engineers tend to not be good auditors when they learn how to audit. And so, yeah, excited about 2019. I think it's going to be the year of people putting their heads down and building. And
yeah, last year was the freak out year.
Last year was the
we're
freak
like,
out
what the heck is going on?
And now whoever stays standing will be remembered for staying standing. I'm enjoying going to the conferences now more than ever because after the devastation, a lot of the losers are gone, and I don't care because a lot of them were just freaking day traders. Mm-hmm. And they didn't, in my opinion, they didn't need to be at the conference where we're thinking about building the core solutions that are going to be needed for the infrastructure of this space. When we're having a discussion about the Lightning Network and the types of payment processors that can be built on top of Lightning Network, like OpenNode, company I just met downstairs, shout out to OpenNode. That's not the kind of discussion where some day trader needs to be a part of. So go ahead, stay home, buddy. We're going to focus on building in 2019, and by 2020, 2021, we're going to have the world's Fortune 500 companies actively playing in our space because the suits are coming.
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Sometimes there's some good things that come with it, and then other times it's a little bit, I don't know. I get a little nervous as the industry expands because, I'm in crypto for the revolution, but I think that you need all different kinds of players in that revolution, right?
You do. You can't let the Fortune 500 just disappear overnight. Will there be new Bitcoiners in the Fortune 200? Yes. And that's going to be awesome. We're going to see companies grow. The definition of a startup is a company that grows at a really fast pace. To see a Bitcoin startup enter the Fortune 200 that grows at a really fast pace is going to be phenomenal. And I think I'm excited about seeing that. And I don't think I'm excited about seeing that. I'm really excited about seeing that.
Very cool.
And so, yeah.
So what are you doing for 2019? What's the focus for Hosho?
Heads down, building, spreading our presence in Asia and in Europe. There is not as many people doing what we do in Asia and in Europe. And so we want to be well known and recognized in the Asian market. And I want to personally understand how to do business at a higher caliber there. I was born and raised in the United States, and my roots go back to India. I feel comfortable in India and North America and some parts of Europe where it feels Western. Now it's time to conquer Asia. So Asia is what's next for us at Hosho, and we are excited to launch a couple of products this year. And I'll be continuing to speak at some cybersecurity conferences and blockchain conferences and Bitcoin conferences. And I really appreciate that Tone Vays did this conference and said clearly it's a Bitcoin, not blockchain conference. That's also important. It's important to have some of these Bitcoiner conferences to remember why this all started, to remember Satoshi Nakamoto. We go to too many blockchain conferences where we don't even say the word Bitcoin all day.
It's almost like a dirty word sometimes. I'm always sticking it in there though. I'm like, Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's not dirty at all.
Well,
I mean, you can use Google Maps for murder, so is Google bad?
Well, that's, I don't know. There's some good things and bad things about Google. So if people want to catch up with you, right, where can they find you? How can they get in touch? And do you know the next date for the next HoshoCon?
I don't know the date yet. It's a secret. My name is Hartej, Hartej. You can find me on Twitter by just typing in my first name and throwing a underscore at the end of it because some asshole took my name on Twitter.
Screw that guy.
Fuck that guy. You can blurb that out. And Hosho.io, Hosho.io. And we're out there. You're going to see me everywhere. I have a turban and a beard. I'm 6'1". I'm easy to find. I'm transparent as fuck.
And you've always got a big smile on your face.
I'm a smiler.
Yeah, I like that. All right, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Tatiana. I love you.
Ross Ulbricht is serving a double life sentence without parole for all nonviolent charges for creating a website. Please help free this peaceful man. Go to freeross.org and sign and share the petition.
Hey there, it's time for the show, the Tatiana Show, where you make friends and talk life and crypto. We gotta think and reflect and use lots of intellect with our hearts when we work together. I know that it can be so hard out there, looking all around and saying that life ain't fair. So that is why we will fight and stay up late at night, listening to the Tatiana Show. Thank you for listening to The Tatiana Show. Please follow us on Twitter at Queen Tatiana or on Facebook and Instagram at Tatiana Moroz Music. More episodes can be found at thetatianashow.com, and make sure you leave a review on iTunes and tell your friends. The Tatiana Show has been brought to you by CryptoMediaHub.com, a boutique marketing and PR agency for Bitcoin and